As always, the real teacher here is not me and what I'm sharing, but in your application of the practice in your own life. So let's practice together. I will guide using primarily the breath and the body as anchors, but you can also use your hands, feet, buttocks on the seat, or the field of sound. So feel free to use another anchor that will best support your practice if you need to. Or if you want to practice sensing the breath and your hands, or the breath and your feet, you can also do that. I may close this meditation with a short practice of kindness and love. The translated word is friendliness or loving kindness from the original language of Pali. And that word is metta with 2 T's, not meta like the Facebook company. Metta with 2 T's, and it translates as friendliness or loving kindness. So that may include a few phrases and the bringing to mind of someone you find it easy to care about. This is not a practice of manifestation, but of touching into our deepest capacity for kindness and love within ourselves. You don't have to participate in this or any portion of the meditation if you don't feel comfortable. There is no pressure. So let's begin by finding a comfortable posture for your body if you're not already in one. We can stand, we can sit, we can lie down. We can also practice walking meditation, but if you've never done that, I don't recommend it right now. It's generally good not to slouch or hunch too much if you can. Instead, if you're standing or sitting, you can lengthen up through your spine and neck. I often will rock my torso slightly side to side, front to back, and just to help kind of find that center point of balance. So nothing is too strained. And we can also tilt our head from side to side and front to back too. But just letting our head, neck, back, and hips be roughly in alignment. And you can let your eyes be open or slightly open or keep them closed, whatever you prefer. And if you like, we can just start by taking a few deep breaths. You can relax the chest and the belly so that the breath isn't constricted. We can relax our shoulders, letting our arms and hands rest easily, loosening the jaw, relaxing the forehead and around our eyes. And just let the whole face and body be soft. And we can let our heart be soft as well, with an intention to receive whatever arises in a spirit of kindness. So now letting our attention unhook from thinking and doing mode, we allow it to come to rest on the breath as we sense into being mode. And just let the breath be however it is. Practicing being mindful of breathing isn't about breathing in a particular way, but being present for each breath, however it appears. Long or short, fast or slow. And we can sense breathing in the belly, in our chest, or in our nose, or even in our middle and upper back. If it's difficult to sense the breath at all, we can even place a hand on our belly or on our chest, feeling the rise and fall of the breath in the palm of our hand. We can even play with sensing the breath in more than one spot, such as the belly and the nose, or the belly and the back. Or you can play with sensing the breath and your hands, or the breath and your feet. Or even just sensing the whole torso expanding and contracting. We really are witnessing a miracle taking place, this subtle exchange of the air that belongs to all of us and exchanges with the trees and all forms of life coming into our body and keeping it alive so that we even have this moment of consciousness. The body is always doing this for us without us ever having to notice it. like sitting at the beach, watching the waves move in and out. All we are doing is following the breath as it flows in, sensing the pause at the top, following it as it flows out, and sensing the pause at the bottom. We can even slightly elongate the pause at the top and bottom to help our attention to stay with it. And just check to notice what your attention is on right now. Was it on your anchor? Did it shift to another sensation? Was it lost in thought or some memory from the past, some plan or fantasy about the future? Did it change how you feel? Noticing the mood of the moment. Do things feel pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral? We are recognizing, allowing, investigating it in our body. And if you sense that it wants your kind attention, you can nurture that as well by offering a kind gesture, such as a hand on the heart or back of the head or neck. And then just come back to the breath as it moves in and out. As we breathe in, we simply know that we are breathing in. And as we breathe out, we know that we are breathing out. If the mind is a bit noisy, you can also count your breath by letting it be like a gentle whisper in the mind, counting 1 on the in-breath and 1 on the out-breath, and then 2 on the next in-breath, and so on. Staying present with the breath, we can begin to open up to the whole body now. So just sensing the whole body as it rests and breathes. Sensing the air moving in and through us. Perhaps sensing some movement in the air around our body as well. Sensing gravity supporting our body, keeping it held to the ground. Noticing any changes in sensation like pressure or temperature or tingling. We can sense what's happening within the body as well as the clothes on our skin. This can be an interesting thing to practice with, sensing the inside of the body as well as the outside of the body. And while we sense the inside and outside, it's appearing to some greater awareness, a space that is aware of both the inside and the outside of the body. If there is an unpleasant sensation or thought or emotion, we can just acknowledge its presence. We can investigate how it shows up in our body and in our mind. And then we can just check to see if there might be pleasant sensations that are here also. And then just come back to sensing the whole body as it breathes and rests in space. As we sense the breath and the body, we can also be aware of the field of sound as it constantly changes. We can notice our visual field as well. Noticing the body breathing. Sensing the whole body resting and being held by gravity. Sensing our sight and sounds as they come and go. Sensing the feeling tones of pleasant, unpleasant, and neutral. Aware of thoughts as they come and go. And again, just check and see what your attention is on. Is my voice interrupting a thought? Was your attention distracted? Just notice what it was on. You can even name it if it was thinking, planning, judging, creating, remembering, worrying. Noticing whether things are pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. And just come back to this full spectrum awareness of seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, touching, thinking, and feeling. Sensing the breath, present with the whole body, sounds, the visual field. The feeling tone or the emotion, as well as the thoughts. As we sense each of these fields of sensation, and as they constantly change, we come to rest in the presence of a kind and open awareness that is bearing witness to them all. So staying with the breath in the background, present for the many passing waves of thought, feeling, and sensation. We'll practice a little bit of metta now, so if you like, you can bring to mind someone who it is easy to feel a sense of kindness and care towards. This can be someone we know personally or someone we don't know. It can even be a pet. Just someone or some creature who for you it's easy to feel a sense of kindness and care and love towards. And staying with the breath in the background, we can begin to let our mind fill with the presence of this being. Maybe you can even picture them smiling. And we can begin by sending them some warm phrases. You can feel free to adapt these phrases so that they feel personal and alive for you. And as they fill your mind, you can just let these be like a whisper in the mind towards them. May you be happy. May you be safe and kept from harm. May you be happy. May you be safe and kept from harm. May you be kind to yourself and those around you. May you be free from hatred, fear, and worry. May you see yourself with the eyes of understanding and love. May you have peace in your heart. And now coming back to sensing the body, breathing and resting in space. present for whatever arises around the waves of the breath. Whatever sense of space and presence might be here, you might just know this as essential and fundamental to who and what you are. Widening our attention now to sense others practicing, whether online or in person or elsewhere out in the world, sensing others practicing with the same intention to wake up, sensing our shared humanity, our shared breath, and our shared awareness and our heart that includes the whole earth and all beings. May all beings live from this space. May all beings touch peace beyond understanding. You can begin to open your eyes if they are closed. Gently, slowly, noticing the light and color coming back in. We can still notice our breath in the background. If we want to, we can move our bodies a little bit and we can be mindful of how we are moving the body. And so, as we close our time of meditation together, thanking you again for your presence and your sincerity and your dedication to waking up. So, however, this time of meditation was for us, whether it felt like a calming and easeful time of meditation, or whether it felt like we were distracted and our mind was going off, or whether things felt unpleasant for us. However it was, we're just learning to bring a sense of presence to how our life is in each moment as it unfolds. So we can be grateful for having taken this time to practice, however it was. As one teacher, Sharon Salzberg, said, the only bad meditation are the ones we don't do. So thank you for your presence and your intention and your practice. May it be of benefit not only for ourselves, but for all those who might come into contact with us.